Hello there, Earth walkers, Earth creatures, whatever you go by. Welcome to footage of me struggling to saw my way through some MDF in order to make coasters for my new coffee table. Originally I had wanted to make the coasters out of proper wood, not MDF, but I got stuck with MDF because I went to the DIY shop and they only sold wood that's not MDF. I'm not a carpenter, don't judge me. They only sold it as sort of 10-foot pieces, so I wasn't about that, so I just put up with this little bit of MDF that I'd got left over from a really shitty little table I made for the end of the bath that I'm not even going to show you because it really is terrible. And don't just nail things into MDF, that's a tip for life. Anyway, cut it into little squares, sanded down the edges so they weren't too rough, and actually I was quite happy with how that came out. They're not perfect squares by any means, but started painting them and they looked alright, so this is that happening live in motion. In fact, once I'd sanded down the edges and painted them gold, I felt a lot more optimistic about the whole thing because I'd started out feeling a bit like it was going to be a waste of time, but actually it's all okay. It all worked out, so let that be a lesson to you. Perseverance pays sometimes, not always, but on occasion. And what you're about to witness is the one and only peel of the video, so make the most of it, absorb it. That's it, that's your lot, that's over. Just click off the video now, give me a thumbs down, and I'll see you next time. But obviously there's stripes, obviously there's gold. I wanted them to kind of fit in with the 3 nesting tables that I'd painted in my previous videos, so I was kind of going for that vibe, similar but different, as is everything that I seem to make. And basically I was going for 2 of each design, so one has got black and white squares around the edge, one's kind of diagonal and one's straight vertically down, mostly because I didn't really like the idea of having 6 identical ones. One, because I didn't really want to paint the same things 6 times, and also I thought it might be a little bit more visually interesting on the table if they were all a little bit different, you know. So that's where I was at with that. If I had been able to source some proper wood, I probably would have left the space that wasn't black, white or gold bare, naked, just with the wood showing, and then done a smaller design on it, but because it was MDF it was kind of ugly bugly, so I decided to paint it, and I went with 3 different colours to go with the 3 different designs, and I wanted to use sort of grey based colours, so it's like a grey emerald green, a grey blue and a grey purple. Grey, I don't know if that's even what I mean because they're not really grey, they're kind of just grey toned. I hope you know what I mean, you can see what I mean. And then I sort of gave them a bit of depth by lightening them up in the middle so that they looked a little bit more visually interesting. And then you'll see in a minute on each one I gave a little gold detailing. It was just a series of sort of teardrop shapes and dots, but I thought it put some continuation throughout all 6 of them. And that's pretty much all there is to say about them, really. And it's been a roller coaster of a journey. And this is pretty much where it ends, so you can subscribe for more content like this. Sometimes it's better, sometimes it's worse, but I've been trying to make a video a week. Sometimes I manage to, sometimes I don't, and such is life. So there's that. I also post on Instagram, I have an Etsy shop, and I stream my art on Twitch, so you can follow me in all the variable spaces there. These are some little plastic rubbery little feet to stop you from scratching your coffee table, which obviously I didn't want to do. So rubber feet for those lads. And this is the big reveal, the final turnaround, the final 6 coasters. So leave me a comment, let me know what you think of them. Let me know that you're not a robot, because I'm still not convinced. And I hope that you are taking good care of yourselves, and hopefully see you in the next video. And don't nail directly into MDF because it cracks and breaks, along with your spirits.